Oh, yeah.
What's up, y'all? Thank you guys for coming back to the channel. Today's video is actually a video I would say that you guys have been waiting for, okay? And I say that because it was a little bit of controversy wrapped up in one of the things that I installed on this car that everybody had a goddamn something to say, right? So the stupid people would post what they felt, and the smart ones clearly understood, right? But we'll get to that part of the video when I get to it. So this video is going to be basically a rundown of the things that I've put or installed on my car and how it's held up thus far, right? So, we're going from the headliner, starry headliner, to everything. Basically, majority of a lot of things that I've installed on my car that has held up for so long. So let me turn the camera around so you guys can see this bad beast. Just got washed yesterday, so this shit looks amazing. Y'all can see what I'm seeing. Let's turn the camera around. Now tell me that don't look dope. I mean, she's washed, the whole 9 yards. Let's get a little front action. That's looking crazy. Kind of pull back a little bit. Like I say it a lot in my videos. I don't think I post a lot of my car. Like, I need to be posting like my car as thumbnails like all these other G35 drivers, but I don't know why. Look at that craziness. Yeah, so let's go through. First things first, we're gonna start with the engine stuff that I've done to the car, or installed the stuff that I've installed to the car on the engine. So let's go. All right, guys. So the very first thing I want to start with is the intake, which is probably the best investment I made in this car in terms of I won't say super performance. You can definitely feel a little bit of an increase. If it's like 0.5 horsepower or maybe even 1 horsepower, maybe that's probably what I feel. But the most thing you can actually hear when you add in a cold air intake, and this is a true cold air intake now. It's all the way down there, and if you saw my other video, which I'll try to see if I can post up here, I made another bigger hole on the bottom, on the vent. There's a little plastic flat piece right behind this vent, and I made an actual hole with one of my little drill bit holes, and it's like the size of like this. It's like the size of like how my hand is. Right inside here on this little plastic, I would call it like a plastic firewall, but it's really not. It's just a plastic piece, and that hole is directly to the actual filter, the cold air intake filter. So the biggest thing I get out of this is sound. I mean, the sound on this, you can hear it. It almost sounds like a mini blow-off valve. Like if you have a turbo and you kind of hear it like spooling a little bit, it sounds like that. I'm not even gonna lie. I wish I had like a GoPro that I can connect to just this side, because when I'm driving, I hear it. Especially when I'm driving up against like a wall or a building, and I'm hit the gas, you hear like this wind-up sound. So sound purposes, it's the best thing I think I've ever done to the car. So that's definitely the first one. The next thing I'm gonna talk about kit from Stilling. This is a Stilling, the red wires that you see right here. This is the grounding kit that I installed on the car. Now, when I first got it, again, it cost me about $100. I think 90 or 100 bucks. I think it was 90. I want to believe it was 90. I got it off of Z1 Motorsports, which is funny because I ordered the black one and they sent me the red one. So maybe that's all they had in stock. But yeah. So what this is supposed to do is just to make your, well, at least is what it's supposed to do in terms of description. It's supposed to make all your electrical components respond better because it's completely properly grounded to ground points on your engine. There's a ground point back here under the air intake, and there's a ground point right here. So, and what it does is it grounds the electrical components to proper ground. Apparently, when the G35s came out the factory, I won't say it wasn't perfectly grounded. It's just this kit is supposed to properly ground the engine components in your car. As you can see, and this is going to be a good segue to my next thing, but let's talk about the grounding kit first. Yeah, it's supposed to, that's your grounding. So you're grounding from the battery, and you're just grounding the components all around the engine. Now, their instructions were shitty as hell. Thank God we got places like G35 Driver and other different forums that properly talk about where to put these things, and a couple other YouTuber videos that I saw that was pretty on point. Now, in terms of it actually working, I would say the biggest thing that helped with the grounding kit is the audio sound in the car. The audio sound in the car sounds a lot more crisp, a lot more just clearer, a little more vibrant in terms of the sound quality. The engine, the ignition, when you first turn the car on, comes on like that. Like literally like that. Now, it also says it's supposed to give you a certain amount of horsepower increase because everything is properly grounded, so the electrical is gonna fire off the way it's supposed to with the sparks and everything like that. I don't see that shit. I'm sorry, let me flip the camera around too, guys. Yeah, I personally don't see that much of an increase in terms of performance when it comes to the grounding kit. It's not like, oh my God, I'm getting 15, 20 horsepower and now I'm blowing the doors off of everybody. Like, no, to be honest with you, it's a great addition. It's a great install for, your initial fire ups on your engine, on the ignition, and the sound quality. This car hasn't been set to a dyno, so I couldn't give you the numbers or whatever, which if I was doing my due diligence, I should have probably put this car into a actual dyno stock. No intake, no grounding kit, nothing. I should have put it in their stock. And then when all the stuff was installed, I could have then went to a dyno, somebody doing a dyno, probably more likely in the Orlando area, and see if they, could dyno the car for me with the newly added shit, right? But I didn't do it, so it is what it is. So I couldn't tell you a differentiating number, from what I was doing before to what I'm doing now. But that's what you get. If you don't give two shits about your sound being better, if you don't care about your car cranking up a little faster, don't get it. Use the $100 on something else. That's the best advice I can give you. I don't know what else to say. So, like I said, we got to segue into this next part of the controversial video. So I'm super excited to talk about
now
this.
We talking
so let's go.
The big boy here.
Okay, so all of you guys, the ones that saw my thumbnail and decided this guy don't know what the hell he's talking about. Remember when I put these little pads on, y'all? I don't know if I still have it over there. I have another one over there that I was saving for like anybody else that I know of that may want one of these pads. These, the green pad and the red pad and the solution that comes with it. Now, I had several people, but more importantly, a mechanic that has been doing, been working on cars for over 30 something years, man. And I'm not just saying that. When I told him what I did, he was like, that's fine. As long as you don't glob up the solution all over the post, because it has to have actual connection to the post when you're actually connecting it, right? So he was like, that's fine. And all the people telling you that stuff. Now, mind you, thank you guys for the 15,000 views on that video. That's my highest rated view for a video, which I appreciate. But guys, it's not gonna hurt your car. Yes, on the instructions, it says yada, yada, yada. Clearly don't glob on the what you call it, the solution that comes on the car on the actual post. It's, yeah, okay, but you can do it. It's not gonna hurt your car. Hey, matter of fact, don't do it. If you feel that like confident that, okay, you know what, I'm gonna just follow the instructions, I'm not gonna do what he did, but hey, I do want to get these so I can be able to properly have my battery protected from any corrosion or anything. I'm gonna do everything he say, but put the post. Then do it. Yo, the level of stupid ass comments that I received and the level of YouTube mechanics that came out of the woodwork because of that video that I posted with the damn battery post is ridiculous. Look, I don't sit up here pretending to be some A1 mechanic that graduated at some technical mechanic school. But at the same time, I kind of know a little bit about some shit. So you either do it or you don't do it. Matter of fact, don't do it at all. But I would say, since I've done this, I mean, now mind you, I haven't had issues where in any one of the cars that I've had in my entire life, even when I had my 76 Caprice, matter of fact, let me turn my battery around so you guys can see my face. Even with my 76 Chevrolet Caprice that I had, which is a very old school, a 1976 Chevrolet Caprice. It was a donk, right? If you guys know donks, you know donks. If you don't, then look it up. I've never had issues where my battery would corrode, have issues with corrosion, have issues with the battery post, never had issues like that. So, and I also had the same corrosion prevention, the little pads on that car. So it just blows my mind, guys. It blows my mind. It blows my mind that people, instead of using your common sense, sounding like R. Kelly, Jesus.
That's stupid. Use your common sense.
Instead of using your common sense and either taking the content that I'm giving you for what it's worth, or just moving right along, because everybody, it's the internet. Everybody feels like they have an opinion on everything, because opinions are like assholes. Everybody got them. Instead of just looking at the content for what it is, no, you guys have to literally sit here and argue with another YouTuber about them doing something wrong. Come on, man. There's mad other shit for y'all to be complaining about than what I do to my car. And yes, as YouTubers, we have a direct responsibility for the content that we're putting out there in the ether, right? So there's a certain level of responsibility that we have to have as YouTubers when it comes to putting out content. We just ain't gonna put out shit that's gonna fuck people's car up. I would hope we're not gonna do that. But at the same time, understand that what I'm doing to my car, it's a direct translation of what you can do with your car, whether it's a G35 or a goddamn Honda Civic. I don't fucking know, whatever. So, guys, calm down. It's okay. My car is running perfectly. You got the battery just perfect. Everything is good. It's not globbed on like you guys said that you saw. It was just a little bit of the solution. And just to make sure that it's making contact, the car fires up perfectly. You don't want to put the solution on your battery post? Don't put the solution on your battery post. I'm hoping that this helped some people, because you know the kind of person that I am. I'm the kind of person, I'm not gonna see somebody do something on a YouTube video, or let's say, for instance, I see a thumbnail and I'm like, I'm finna go in there and see if he's doing it right. Oh, I'm gonna see it. If he's doing it wrong, I'm gonna let his ass have it. But then you sitting up here driving your mom's fucking Hyundai Elantra or some shit. Like, knock it off. Like, if you don't know this car shit, don't pretend to know this car shit. All right, that's my rant to get off my chest for 2021. I don't want to sound like I'm an angry guy, but that's my rant. Guys, calm down, please. But anyway, let's move on. Jesus Christ. Christ. All right, the next thing I'm going to talk about is going to be kind of like all of them all together. The front canards, the side splitter, and the winglet, and also the one in the back, the little winglet thing that I put in the back of the car. That has held up extremely well. Provided that I actually, if you guys remember, I actually screwed in because that winglet is heavy as shit, and nowhere in the instructions it said to screw it in, right? And I got both of these from vicrez.com, the winglet and the side splitter. And when I didn't screw this bolt in, that shit was leaning. I mean, to a point where it was actually scratching on the ground. I was like, yo, I'm just gonna bite the bullet and just full send it and screw that bitch into the car. And ever since I did that, it was the best thing I ever did. All right, so next shit. But I'm gonna say yes, it has held up. Probably the best investment I made in terms of the look of the car. It differentiates my car from everybody else. So that's the dope thing about it. All right, so let's go to the next one. Okay, well, this one also is another controversial thing that I added to my car. Not controversial in the sense of when I put it out there, people were talking shit about it, like the damn battery installation kit. I felt kind of bad for people with this one because there were people posting on comments under this video. They was like, yo, I spent $400 and something on these damn headlights, and they're getting water inside of the headlights. Now, I did put the video out there, and people was like, yo, we shouldn't have to seal, like how I sealed this whole thing up. We shouldn't have to do that when we spend $420 for whatever amount it was. It was definitely over $400. But people were like, yo, we shouldn't have to do this with new headlights. You know what I'm saying? And you are 100%, 1000% correct. We should not have to take sealant and seal up a headlight of this supposed quality. I know Spec D has probably been getting a lot of flack for it, which is crazy because they put out another G35 headlight, which, if I'm going to be honest, I think it looks a little better than this one. It has like a little light thing that goes here, and then it cuts across the side and it comes down. Yo, that's the one I would have probably got. It's the same kind of sequential situation. It just comes down here, it cuts across, and then it comes down, I think, like that. It looks very similar to like a G37 headlight, or the headlights that are made for the G37 for their units. But this has been working as magic. Like I say, I haven't had situations where I'm having water come in, and I live in Florida, so Florida rains damn near all the time. Even when it's cold, like it was like 60 something degrees outside today. I know that's not cold for a lot of you guys, but for us Floridians, man, like that's cold weather for us. And even on that, it still be raining sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Like it rained the other day. And I don't have that issue with water coming in here. So my heart goes out to the people that don't or haven't caught my video about sealing this up with the sealant, and you done spent $400 something, and now you got water puddles all inside your headlights. So I'm sorry, I don't know what to say. I did comment to somebody that posted something. I told them, the best thing's best is to contact Spec D directly and see if they can help out or give you some type of suggestion, or maybe give you a new headlight. That's the best thing I can probably say about this whole headlight situation from Spec D. So I probably can keep on going. I have a couple other parts and things like that in the car. Like I could talk about the spacer and all that other stuff that I've done to the car, but I want to talk mostly the more recent really to get out kind of that, especially on that battery shit, because I'm so sick of hearing or looking at people's comments about the damn battery installation kit. And geez, I'm so tired of it. I really am. But I'm hoping that sheds some light on what you guys are expecting with the content, one, that I'm bringing, that I'm not just bringing bullshit just to say, hey, do this, guys, do it the exact way that I'm doing it. But I also understand why people comment what they comment. because I know as a YouTuber, we have a direct responsibility to what we do and what we put out there on the internet. So maybe I should put a disclaimer in front of all the videos that I do. I don't think I should, but maybe for a lot of you guys that want pinpoint accuracy, maybe I should. You know, it's so funny because a lot of the stuff that I get either don't have instructions, or you got to go on the internet to find the instructions that people don't put up. I don't understand. Whatever. It is what it is. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the content, enjoyed the video today, learned something from the video. If you guys want me to put more content like this out, like, you know, maybe hey, how is that stuff that you did, that you installed, how is that working out? I have no problems doing it. Matter of fact, this video here was based off of that guy that posted the issue about the grounding kit. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do a whole video talking about all the recent things that I've installed. So with that being said, guys, I hope you enjoyed the content. Hope you enjoyed the video. And yeah, we going into 2022, y'all. So get y'all shit together and figure that out and try to be the best version of yourself for the new year. All right. That being said, as always, stay humble, you know, be positive and stay driven. One.